There are places mankind was never meant to remember. Cities without roads, temples without worshippers, names erased from the tongues of the living. Zuthal is one such place. Whispered, carried across forgotten ages, shadow beneath countless years of dust, warning left behind by those who came before, but warnings fade. Curiosity remains. In the weeks ahead, fragments will surface, echoes from a world older than memory. Some will be obvious, others will wait quietly, hidden among stories, buried within journeys, carried by those willing to gather them and remember them. Those who do will be rewarded with relics and offering from Hollow Shroud Gaming and Northwind Adventures. But prizes are only part of discovery. Something ancient stirs beyond the edge of recorded history, and soon, forgotten city of Zuthal falls more. We're celebrating the launch of a new arc, Winter Debt, with a collaborative giveaway from Hollow Shroud Gaming and North Adventures. To enter, you need to be subscribed to the channel, like this video, comment with the hidden fragment revealed in this episode. Additional fragments will appear in upcoming videos for bonus entries. Winners will be announced in a future episode. The giveaway is not sponsored, endorsed, or administered by YouTube. Thanks for watching.
Yes, so good thing out of all this treacherous winter and everything that's befallen us, I did finally come up with our band name, our punk rock band name, 9 Foot Death Soldier.
As you camp for the night, it ends up being a relative without much of a problem. Start back in the morning on the trek through the field of buried shield. Again, as you travel up out of the valley, across another windswept plain, as you begin coming down the following day, later in the day, beyond the river, pass. Stan says we must pass 3 shadows, and as you're moving, you can see that the shadows of the mountain ranges and the edges of the buttes. You pass 3 huge ones that cast shadows, and you walk through these 3 shadows, and then ultimately you end up walking down into a valley, and you can see a number of shields buried in the plateau. So some of the shields look like they've been there for a very long time. Others look like they're recent. And each bears a different painted symbol on it. As you begin to look, you're trying to find 2 that are alike, and you don't see any that are the same. Ships, serpents, antlers, moons, various geometric marks.
Any that look like a giant worm or a skull.
As you're looking, you could probably find one. It would depend how long you would look, but you can find one.
Specifically a giant worm. Because that's what I want to take.
Map and Sten says, the only warning I've heard is do not count them. And as make a roll a d6 for me. Yes. Spot. Yeah, no, you're struggling looking for that worm, and you don't quite see one.
I look for
I'll help.
a large bear.
Yeah, roll a d6, Bork.
My name's Torbjorn.
3. What's your wisdom score?
16.
See, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're good. You do find one with a very large bear with its paw raised.
That would be mine.
I'll try to help find Dis's worm.
All right, roll us a
5.
5. Yeah, no,
That ain't it.
you don't see one either.
Okay.
You see,
Bark, is that the one we're going to use to start the fire when we get there?
Yep.
Good enough. That's all we need.
and as you wander through, looking past all of the
Excuse me.
looking past all as soon as you begin passing all of the marks, or all the markers, shields, and it begins to peter out. Sten pulls the map out once again, looking for a direction. See, the map has changed again. You see the stag mark has moved. But you see that there are now 3 paths leaving.
Well,
It is ready when you are.
Sten says, there now.
Can't imagine why we would veer off up into the mountains there, right?
Says, well, the map isn't really it's just locations, but why would it show us now 3 paths?
choices. They never make it easy.
I say we take the leftmost path.
Should we go valley then, as opposed to
The original, the one
Looks like-
the one we've been planning on taking.
That's where I'm thinking. I try and use some of my wilderness survival skill and wilderness navigation. See if I can see why one of the other paths might be easier than the path that we already have?
Yeah, as you begin looking, you can see that you start to look at the paths and see which one. Definitely one of the newer ones looks a lot easier. One of them looks a lot harder, and the original one that was there, and you look at that trail, and it looks like it is full of switchbacks and lots of potential to fall.
I'm thinking that this one is probably the easier of the three.
I have a way of trying to figure this out, possibly with the help of Aurora's. 1 minute.
Go for it.
All right. We are going to do... I kneel down and begin to speak in a language none of you heathens understand. I'm going to cast augury.
Nice, dude. Nice. Good use of that. Nice.
Page 178.
What does augury suggest us?
Through the communion with otherworldly agents, the sorcerer, meaning me, learns whether an action in the near future within 3 turns will be advantageous or disadvantageous. I can't speak today.
Disadvantageous.
Thank you.
Be good or not good.
The caster must clearly and concisely articulate the considered action, or inaction as it were. Through prayer and cogitation over a 1-turn period, the referee then informs the player if the proposed action is for weal or woe, or it's inconsequential. The chance to successfully divine the future is 7 in 10, which should be rolled secretly by the ref. A failed result yields an inaccurate augury. For weal or woe.
7 in 10.
So the way I used to do it, or we used to do it in the past, is before the question is asked, while I'm doing it's going to take me a turn to cast this. Let us come up with an exact question that you guys want, because it has to be worded specifically. If we take, you can ask, like, will the center path be advantageous for us to take? Well, then we got another, so we got to figure out the question we want to ask before I cast this spell.
Is it a yes or no question?
It's basically it's A, B, or C. It's kind of like,
Or meh.
right. If we take that route that we're taking, will anything happen? Inconsequential.
Okay, but it's not. You can't say like.
We get no sign from the
which
gods.
Which path is the safest? And
No, it doesn't work like that.
You could
You can't say
say
that. Okay.
you could say, though, is the center path the best path to take? And that would come up as yes, no, or meh.
Yeah, but then we got
Then
2
you're
others
down
to
to
deal with.
Right.
Oh, then we're down to 2.
Then you're down to a 50-50.
I'd rather come up with something a little more specific. Like, are we destined, or
Safest path.
should we stick with our original path to the Moon Lodge? Something like that.
Right.
Either way, we're going to have 2 other paths that we're going to have to choose. But this will narrow it down, correct? We could either say the center, the original path, or the one that's leading off into the mountains, which I don't know why we would go that way. Unless the Moon Lodge is not really the Moon Lodge, and it's just kind of like a decoy maybe?
Well, think about it this way. The stag has set before us 3 possible paths. One, the original looks difficult. Another, the first of the alternate, looks easy. The last looks the hardest. Should we
The problem with
the path?
we were directed to take the original route by a cleric of Uller. So, though the white stag has made an appearance, given us 3 choices, me personally, I would say we stick to the original route.
What do you think, Dis?
Now, I'm asking Auroras about this, and, I don't know. She may not even give me an answer.
Yeah, she may tell you to fuck off. You're too far away.
I'm busy.
The gods are fickle.
So yeah, maybe what is the you can pick the path, the safest, directest, most direct route to the Moon Lodge. Maybe which path, or is this the path the faithful take to the Moon Lodge? Right? Because didn't we find out that this chick Astrid is like part of some cult of the
We're
Moon
not looking for
Goddess?
safe. We're looking to find it.
Okay. Right. So we will be able. Okay.
Anybody else? Come on, give me some. We got 3 choices.
I'm just trying to think of what we should summon. Is it safer and faster to use one of the newly suggested routes? We could probably word it better than that and stay on the original.
And at
If
least
you-
take 2 of them out of the thing, right?
If it was an evil DM like the ones I had in the past, then they would have really screwed you.
Well, yeah, it's genie stuff, right? Like you get a wish, but you better word it correctly. You better have your contract
nothing
here.
The only bad thing that will happen is that we get the wrong, if I roll it, depending on what he rolls,
Right.
we could get a completely wrong answer anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's all right. I trust you. I trust your faith. You have enough credit in the faith bank of Auroras to lead us to the right spot.
Faith bank. I see the faith
Yes.
bank.
Yes. Ideally, talk to your man upstairs and lead us to the right direction.
So
Absolutely.
The way
do I
worded
have-
it, probably the best so far is
the what?
the way I worded it was that the stag had given us new options. Which one is the standard, one looks easier, the other one looks harder. Should we take the easier path or go back to the regular?
It's one question. It's 2 questions in one, though.
So, yeah. All right. So should we, is it our best option to take the easiest path? That's a yes or no.
And that's a trick question. The best option is the easiest. Yes, of course. Remember, guys are fickle. They may just, just to mess with us, just say, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Well,
Yeah,
shortest path, then word it that way.
Less dangerous path.
Why are you worried about danger?
We don't know if it's dangerous. It could be much more dangerous. It just looks like it could be shorter.
I'm going to kind of take it on the same thing that you're saying about the 3 paths. I will kneel down as Aurora's goddess of the twilights. I am within the shadows. I need direction. Will the original route that we take be the wisest to the Moon Lodge?
So as you sit and contemplate, you can see laid out in front of you as the sun begins to
It's a good way to ask it, Des.
melt a little bit of the snow on 3 paths. You know that the one to the left has would be the one that you were hoping to get some information on. Get the feel, see that one begins to melt further, and the other 2 begin to blow over snow.
So the original path melts off the page, is what you're saying?
No,
Or
no,
that's
it
the
melted.
vision I get?
It's melted in the snow in front of you, where you knelt down to do your spell. Three paths, and the one
Right.
the one that you left has continue to not just melt, but turn to ice and be like a shining light, where the other two have
Aurora
All
says
right.
covered over
path for-
with snow.
I believe
Yep.
Aurora has showed me that the original path is the wisest. That may not mean that it's the safest.
Brotherhood of the Dark Star traveled across the highlands and glaciers of Ragnarheim. Crossed paths with many unknowns. They passed the three bent pines. They followed the will, the White Hart, crossed the smoking river, obtained a couple of sheep from the field of buried shields, and they came to a new path where somehow they were offered three choices. Arcoon chose reach out to Auroras with an augury spell, and his original request, follow the original path, was one that he assumes one of weal. What is your next move? As the sun continues to circle the edge of the horizon. Got 4 hours perhaps before dark sets in. What is your next move?
You try to get a couple miles under us before it's time to camp, right? We've been given the direction.
So as you
Hopefully.
Yeah. As you move up the path that Farcoon had decided that Auroras had pointed him in the correct direction, the path becomes very steep, very arduous. I'm going to need another couple of successes on feats of strength
From all of us?
Yeah, from everybody.
Ugh. Not my strong suit.
You Ska
Damn, Deglin, even with an 18.
with an 18.
Dude,
You are
every
not
time he
burly,
says
sir.
that,
you are not
just,
not big and strong, sir.
dude, every time he says strength check, I just wince, bro. Every time.
Every time.
It's like, oh, 4%? I got this. Don't trip. You're saying there's a chance.
There's a
Yeah,
chance.
fuck.
That's my dump stat. The Ka is able to pull one of the sledges up over the edge, but as the rest of the group is struggling to try and move the other one, it
I see if it has been set in the ice again, and see if I can break it free
Yeah.
again.
but another there's a like it's not like as you're moving it up this path, say it's a path, it's not like it's right on an edge. There's a switchback, and you're almost trying to push this push and or pull this sledge up the side of a cliff, and then scramble up over. As you get right to the edge, it starts to slip and slide, and it tips over on its side, the whole sledge, and you lose another barrel busts open, and food and rations begin to tumble down the side, the cliff face, and like there's no opportunity for anybody to try and scramble to get it or even attempt to recover it. But as you lose one strength, is there anything anybody else wants to try and do to get this sledge up over this edge?
Do we have any
I
timber
can
to
try to
kind of
throw a
leverage
rope
it?
down that we can attach to it, and I can try to help pull up as you guys push down there.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple more guys crawl up on the top and try to pull while half of us push down there.
Yeah.
That's what.
So Sten goes.
So yeah,
Sten goes up, and before he goes up, he scrapes his hand, and there's a big streak of blood coming down his hand, and he walks over to Dis and places his hand right on your shoulder, and all of a sudden all of you guys see Dis just erupt and become like 9 feet tall, taller than Varcoon, and ready to push this thing. You've had the enlarge spell cast on you.
you do not
Nice.
have my consent, sir.
So I
Big
believe
Daddy Dis.
I
Let's
believe
On a tap.
he'll give you a 5 and 6. They boosted up to 18. just for a turn, just for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So as you and Stan goes up to the top and grabs the other end of the rope and says, "You pull, I'll anchor." He's got it wrapped around his
right.
one arm, and he's hauling on it, and
Another feat.
another feat of strength. We're gonna need a group success here. Has slipped a little bit.
Come on, dice. You fucker. The dice gods are fickle.
Uh-oh.
Again.
Uh-oh.
It's feet.
I'm almost to 50
Feet, correct?
So
It's the
Feet of strength.
big one.
So that's my current roll. I don't know what an 18 would give it, so
that is not going to do it.
That's not going to do it. Everybody failed again. And as you begin to lose some more stuff, you guys see another bundle of furs and bedrolls.
Not the blankets. No. No.
Goes
not the
to
blankets.
starts to tumble down the side. You're losing light. You're losing things. So everybody's gonna, take another couple of minutes to relax and recover. Sten pulls out the map, and as saloon begins to crest over the horizon, offering a full moon. Snow, which has been blue, reflecting blue off the mountains, begins to shine white as the light from the moon streaks across. Stan looks at the map and he says, "It's here. We're on the correct path." And he's looking at the map again. Sees the key form ahead on your path in the moon. We've chosen correctly, friends. Hurry, it can't be far. With all these failures, let's try one more time. Or Dis shrinks down.
Oh, give me a break.
And I can't hit a 1 and 3 today.
Wow. Another one I missed.
Wow.
Get a 40 out of 100. I'm going to hit it 4 times out of 10.
I don't think it's gonna. Like, Stan's not gonna matter.
No, because I looked at mine, and it should be 40 out of 100 because there's supposed to be an 8% class bonus for mine.
Yeah.
But it's not coming up on mine. Although a 70 is still way past that. So.
Yeah.
So we're at a point now where we've lost something, and then one of the edges on the sledge breaks. One of the rails.
You might just need to leave this sledge and get moving.
Yeah, I feel like we're like Hannibal in the Alps and shit right now.
Yep.
I don't really have anything
Maybe we try to
spell-wise that would help.
Haul the tent and everybody take whatever, like a blanket, and haul the tent and whatever we can carry lightly enough to not be too encumbered, and just try to get there.
As you
Sure.
yeah, as you continue to move, you eventually the path starts to level out and be less abrupt and vertical. And as you begin to come around a corner around a few copse of trees, see a small building standing beneath a crescent-shaped cliff. Built partly of timber, partly of fitted black stone. One half is collapsed, giving the entire structure the appearance of a broken moon. No smoke rises from the chimney. And as you continue your way, late in the day, it's dark. Running on lanterns, torches, trying to make it to this lodge. Get to the front door, and looking at the door, there's no handle, no lock, but carved into the base of this door, there's 2 holes, and then there's like a line between them. So it's like an invert, like a moon that's pointing down almost. And Sten looks at his map. It's, "Hurry, friends, we hold the key." And he takes both of the top and the bottom of this thing have birch branches on the top and the bottom. They slide in the holes, and then he pushes up the edge of the map, and it sinks right in the door, like right into the loop of this moon. And then see a little bit of moonlight scoot all the way around the edges of this door, and it slides open. Inside you find a big pile of dry wood. There's six stone, they look like sleeping benches. You guys are up off of the ground. There is a well in at one end, but it is frozen. There's a wall carving on one side of the wall of the white heart of a giant white stag. Across from there is an empty niche, and in the corner, seated on the far wall, is a skeleton. In the middle of the room is a black iron map table marked with a half crescent. As you're all sitting there, you can feel the cold still remains in this chamber. It's cold. You're out of the wind, but you can feel the cold creeping in. Sten says, we must rekindle the fire. There, in the niche.
I'll pull out some of my oil that I have to get this thing started. Or to get it.
Well, we got to use this is where we have to use the bark from the tree and the water.
Yeah.
Is this that spot?
And then
It's got to be.
Yes. Sten's
Yes.
Okay.
nods.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then I'll pull out
This
the
has. Yeah.
the stuff from the pine trees and then the smoking water and prepare the base of it.
And I have the shield with which the spark.
And so as you put the wood in, like you've all built fires before, you put the wood in, and that seems normal. And then you're looking at this water, and you're noticing that this niche has just a little tiny groove that runs around the front of it, and pouring the water in this groove, you can see that it begins to smoke like the river did, just a little bit. But you can also see that the wood that's from the trees begins to smoke.
I bring the shield over towards the edge and try and
Strike a spark, and
strike us from the edge.
as you strike the spark, it hits it, and it flares up in a big bright light. You're expecting it to be orange, but it is silver instead. Burning silver, burning bright. And as you're looking, you only brought a little bit of bark from the tree. You're looking for something else to keep in here. There's
the wood's in.
Yeah.
Isn't there wood here inside? Yeah.
So you reach down to Eglin reaches down to grab a piece of wood, and notices that although the fire is straight across from the stag, the stag is casting a shadow towards the fire. And you see that shadow begins
So
to.
it's like inverted, like the shadow's like inverted. Is that what you mean?
No, it would
As
be like
opposed- Okay.
like the fire would
I'm
have
sorry,
been
I
behind.
misunderstood.
The fire would be behind, should be behind for where the shadow is. The fire should be behind it, but it's in front of it. And as you
That don't make no sense.
as you look at this shadow, the shadow begins to walk across the wall and move. Just the shadow, not the image. The shadow moves and lowers its antlers towards the map table. And one little drawer on the far side pops open. Nobody noticed before. Inside is the second half of the route map. Strangely, part of it has not been moved, has been gnawed away by something. Sure, it's not one of Dis's rats. They couldn't have got in there that soon. Something has eaten part of the map. And as you're looking at this map, it's similar to the other map. Sten's looking at it going, he says it's not quite the same type of map. It's a little bit different. Second map, it looks like it's more detailed and more of a like almost like an astrological map. So the Moon Barrow isn't coming out as not merely a burial mound. It looks like the Moon Barrow might have been an observatory of some sort, or a ritual chamber that been built around something that fell from what looks like Phobos. And as you're looking at the second map, written in a different hand, unlike anything else that's written on the map, it says, when the barrow knows enough names, it will remember its own. And below this is a name that's been scratched out so violently that this is part of it where it's torn. Only the first two letters are visible. One is an X, the other one is a U. And what is written after that is, did not fall in fire or flood. It was sealed when the world looked away. And as you guys continue to keep the fire burning with the dry wood that's inside, the well begins to melt. You have fresh water. You're able to prepare some meager food and have something to eat. Peruse the map. As the silver fire continues, something strikes the outside wall. Once. Then again. You hear wolves begin to howl from the hill. Then he stares at the map. He says, This is not a road I've traveled before. and he goes to head over to some of the windows that look out, and says, "Why? What is this?" And he's, "Come, look at these." Outside.
What?
Outside on the ground are enormous hoof prints.
Our stag.
And it looks like it's been circling the building, but did not approach the door.
What hit the door?
Oh,
Something hit the Something hit the building. That is not the White Hart.
Somebody keep an eye on that. I'm gonna go finish my investigation of the skeleton here in the corner.
Yes, and as you do, you start looking at it, and Sten says, "Be cautious. That was my master."
So you know this one.
He remains here now. He is the one.
Interesting.
He is the one that drew the maps. He was the map maker.
Very interesting. This is good to know.
And as the wolves howl outside, and as something else moves around, doesn't matter how many people are looking out, it always bangs on another wall.
Hey, Bork.
Yeah.
Can we eat wolf?
Can we what?
Can we eat the wolf?
Technically, yeah. It's just meat.
Because a wolf would be a bigger set of bones to work with than a dozen rats.
It'd be like a
Oh, yeah.
dog.
yeah.
It would be like a dog.
Wolf would be
And-
bigger than a normal dog. So
It'd be with some slight massaging. A couple wolves, or 2 or 3 dog things, could assist in us pulling the sled.
oh yeah.
And that banging must stop, or I'm gonna bang it with my hammer. By now it's getting dark though, isn't it?
It is getting dark, and temperature is dropping.
We need to keep that fire going.
Yes, Sten says, "I will remain here in the morning. Will commune with my master as you head to the barrow." And you can see on this new map, you can see the spots where and the path is extraordinarily clear.
Well, since it seems the plan is to rest the evening and then head out in the morning, we should probably get some rest then.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch just to make sure nothing comes in on us while we're resting.
Yeah, I'll go with you tonight. I'll go first with this.
I'll pull second again.
Yeah, I can join you.
As this and Daglin stay up and find the fire. Look around inside the lodge. Anything else you'd like to do or speak of? The howls?
Yes. So, good thing out of all this treacherous winter and everything that's befallen us, I did finally come up with our band name, our punk rock band name, 9-Foot Death Soldier. And I wrote a song. It's inspired by you. What I saw today was just magnificent, my friend. I was inspired. So I started playing him the first couple licks of 9-Foot Death Soldier. And then I kind of look at him and I go, want to go get us a wolf? And then I'm gonna use my discern noise talent, and I'm going to basically use my discern noise talent to pick up the closest wolf possible, and lead us there by sound if
I will
this
put
wants
my
to go
hand on
get
his
one.
shoulder, pull him back. My friend, your plans normally end badly. This will wait till later. Though I do wish a wolf pelt for myself and a new pet. It will wait.
I'm so hungry, Dis. I'm so hungry. Okay.
I point to one of the rats. There's some flesh on that yet.
Oh, damn you, Dis. And Taglin coughs off. Halfway thinking about, man, probably by tomorrow I'll end up eating that damn thing. That's for sure. I'll be hungry.
Over there.
But yeah, basically I want to use the discern noise to see if the the stag is outside, and I can pick up on his stuff as opposed to the wolves. It says I can pick up and use, like, in a crowded place, I could just single out one noise and kind of just whatever.
All right.
Kinda
Which
want me to do
which
that?
one do you want to key on?
And then I'm gonna play a betting game with Dis to see which side of the cave he's gonna smash, and then we'll do that. So D12. Sorry.
Which
here we
one?
go.
Which one are you keying on?
I'm gonna key on the stag
Okay.
because we're gonna leave the wolves alone currently.
With an 11,
great.
as you you're trying to discern
You can totally hear where he's at. Trust me.
where the
South wall. South wall. Watch this, Dis. Watch. Ready?
as you're
Bet you 10 gold. Watch this.
yes,
And then smash
That's
right
right.
on, like, the western wall.
Yeah.
God damn it.
totally not where you were expecting.
Yeah.
Right,
God damn
it
it.
was right where you were standing.
There's pebbles in my hair and shit. God damn these things.
So you definitely feel that outdoors would be a bad idea. Angry stag
Can't
of
hear
some sort.
anything. Yes. Cannot hear the stag. I tried to center myself and hear it, but I cannot.
Yeah.
Have too much lotus.
Or not enough. One or the other.
True.
As the two of you end your watch, Orc, Ka, sit up. Anything two of you would do in the Half Moon Lodge?
I'd like to just pop out stand on the front patio or porch for a second in the front, just outside the door, and see if I can hear or see anything.
As you
That's what I was actually just going to say was I was going to stand out there with my bow and see if I might happen upon a lucky shot.
There you go.
a lucky shot.
I'll back you up with my sling.
As you step outside, the temperature difference is striking. It's not real warm inside. It's probably about 50 degrees. When you step outside, the temperature has dropped. It's probably about 10 degrees outdoors, and as you sit there in your in the robes, and your breath is like smoke rolling in the air, you can Orc can sense something, and you can see where the stag hooves had stepped before, and all of a sudden a new one forms not far from where you can see, although there's no stag there. And it as you sense that it notices that you've noticed it, there's a big kick of snow, and it gallops off, and then it's quiet, and then there's a keening howl of wolves, and then it becomes almost like a cacophony as they begin echoing off of each other, calling back and forth, and then you're not sure if it's a new wolf calling or it's an echo off of the walls of the cliff faces. It's haunting.
Well, it's too cold and too dark to go venturing out in there.
Yeah, no.
As the wolves continue to howl, the back and forth, just a call here and a call there. Hear the odd yip and bark, and as if they've caught something off in the distance. You're not sure. It didn't sound big. Maybe a rabbit, maybe a fox, something. You're not sure.
Jealous. It's probably something tasty.
Yeah. Cause hungry too, damn it.
And as the night wears on, you come out and you go back in. Coming back in feels a whole lot nicer than it does when you're outside. Then you hear Sten, Russell, or Coon gets up, wondering, is it time? And as Sten begins to continue stoking the fire and keeping it lit, what would Marcoon do?
There was something that I wanted to do. Second. The only thing I can offer is to cast light. If we're about to go into battle, I can cast bless, but there's really not much else I can do except to try and commune. I'm just basically rest, and that's pretty much it.
Sten sits with the bones of his previous master and props them up and cleans them and cleans the area around He's quite quite a uh, quite an interesting guy. He's not very talkative, but tries to be as helpful as he possibly can. As the sun begins to rise again over the peak of one of the mountains, 5 of you prepare to set off. The sound of wolves has disappeared, and no new hoof prints around the north. Down what it's a very thin twisted canyon that when it opens out, you can see this mound in the middle of this valley. See a little stone door in the front. Start looking, trying to see what else is there. See a figure here outside the door. Tall Viking woman. White blonde hair. Fur cloak. Winter white cloak with a very large spear. Looks like an antler tip on it. Just standing there.
I'll cut it.
Is that a Borger? Is it a friend of yours?
We found it.
No. Well met. Who are you?
And as like this is across the valley. She's just standing at the door, and like you didn't see her walk out. She just appeared there. Like as you're looking, and all of you aren't sure exactly who saw her first, but nobody saw her walk out of the door.
I think she's who we're looking for.
Yeah.
Well, speak with her if you know her tongue.
Yeah.
I can understand things, I can't speak them. Hey, Bork, this is your area.
Yeah, this is your girl. This is your talking.
Talk to your lady.
So
So I go over towards her and start speaking in Old Norse. I am Bork Bjornsson. What might your name be?
she looks at you and looks at the rest of the crew, and she hasn't made any moves at all, and she says, did Joran send you? Then tell me, does he still think that the stone is a blessing?
So this is the
He does.
guy that sent us, right? Yeah. Yes, we've actually been sent to reacquire the stone and bring it back to its rightful place.
Turns, she looks and she says, invite your friends. We need to speak. You need to be aware what is going on.
Okay. So I wave over to the guys, and I'm like,
Start heading over.
So as you go in, she turns, and you don't see her physically open the door, but as she walks towards the door, it opens up, and it's like a long a long tunnel. But as you're going through, you can see through this mound. It is a burial mound. There are a number of stone coffins that are all resting there. And then as you get to the center of this mound, a whole big, huge, almost cathedral-like space opens up. Inside, it's almost semi concave on the bottom, but on top it's like vaulted and huge. Inside is and as she goes in and everybody's following her, you can see there's a number of other ladies that are walking around, and in the middle there's a number of stones, and she walks down and sits on one. And as you're looking at her, she's very striking blue eyes. Says, my name is Astrid. And yes, I did take the Hart Stone. But before I talk about why, I want you to know, or how it was stolen, what is possibly wrong. I want you to know we belong to a remnant of the Moon-Hart Sisterhood. Centuries ago, we served Uller before the modern temple existed. Their traditions mixed hunting, magic, moon rites, and controlled lycanthropy. They believe the temple priests, we believe that the temple priests have forgotten the truth. Hart Stone is not a blessing. It is a seal. And that seal is weakening.
This is taking notes.
Yes. Some of the signs of the weakening have been wolves gathering in unnatural numbers. For the last 3 winters, the numbers have been astronomical. White stags have appeared where none should exist. Hunters vanishing in the snow. I'm sure Doran told you about the standing stone. Dreams. All of our sisters dream of antlers stretching across the stars. We believe the priests are blind and keeping it where it is. It needs to move. That is why we stole stone.
Move to where?
Every 13 years, stone needs to hunt. It's been locked in that temple for ages. I believe that this coming winter will be the worst one yet. Ragnarheim may feel the wrath.
So what controlled the Lanthropy? The stone? Or your coven?
Our kind control ourselves. And she says, and you see her stand up and set her spear down, and you see her all drop down to all fours and become huge, and she turns into a wolf the size of a horse.
That's not good.
Good lord.
With great big huge antlers. Like big stag antlers on top, and she has the same blue eyes, and she says, "This is what I mean. Have you ever seen a lichen shapeshift during the day?"
None with as power control as you, or the beauty that you possess.
And then all of a sudden it just comes back and sweeps down, and she's back into her human form again. She picks up her spear and walks over and sits down again. Says, "The stone has begun to crack. Should it break, it could release everything, everywhere. At night, it continues to beat like a heart. Something beneath the mountain has noticed its removal. I would ask you, Side, you recover the stolen relic? Or should you decide who possesses the relic before the Antlered King?"
Just is completely sidetracked with trying to figure out how to get this power for himself. So you can see his eyes just rolling and turning and calculating. Like
Yeah.
he's
Hell
seeing
yeah.
lycanthropy, but only in the rawest form, like the rats and those kind of things, and the dark ones that are uncontrolled and nasty. This beauty has awestruck him. The level of power has mesmerized him. He's trying to figure out how to say it, but you can see the lust for power in Dis's eyes, just trying to formulate how to process all of this.
Awesome.